Hello students, today we will start with the relationship between molar mass, density and unit cell edge length. Okay, so we know that edge length of cubic unit cell equals to A. So the volume of unit cell will be equal to A cube. Now suppose mass of one particle is small m. Suppose mass of one particle is small m and there are n particles, small n particles per unit cell. So mass of unit cell will be equal to this m into n. So that would be m into n because this is m is mass of one particle and there are n particles. So multiplying these two will get the mass of unit cell. Now number this as equation number 1. Now we also know that rho, that is density, equal to mass of unit cell divided by volume of unit cell, that is density equal to mass upon volume. Now if you substitute the mass here, mass of unit cell here, it is m into n. So m into n divided by volume of unit cell, you can see your volume of unit cell, that is A cube. So we substituted m into n divided by A cube. Now number this as equation number 2. Now the molar mass of substance is that is capital M, that will be given by mass of one particle into number of particles per mole, because we are talking about molar mass. So we'll have to consider per mole particles. So number of particles per mole. So this capital M, so what is this mass of one particle? Here you can see mass of one particle, that is shown by small m. So here you can write mass of one particle, that is m, small m, into number of particles per mole. So number of particle per mole is nothing but you can call it as the Avogadro number. So what is this? Na is the Avogadro's number. Now you can rearrange this equation as m, small m will be equal to capital M upon Na. So this capital M is nothing but the molar mass and this Na is Avogadro's number. Avogadro number. Okay. So we got this equation. Now number this as equation number 3 here. Now combine this equation number 2 and 3. Okay. So I'll add one more slide over here. When you combine these two equations, now combining equation 2 and 3. Equation 2 and 3. Here. What is equation number 2? I can write again. That is rho equal density equal to m into n divided by A cube. This is equation 2. And small m is equal to capital M upon Na. So this is equation 3 and this is your equation number 2. Now when you combine this equation together, you will get density that would be equal to capital M into small n. Okay, because we are substituting for this small m. Small m is nothing but this small m is nothing but capital M upon Na. So we'll write here for this small m, we'll write capital M divided by Na multiplied by n upon Aq. So n upon here you can write Aq. So on combining these two, you'll get this equation number 4, or if you rearrange this equation, capital M, if you want to find out the molar mass, we'll get here rho, that is density, into A cube into Na divided by small a. So this equation can be used to find out the molar mass of the substance. Okay. Now further, if the number of particles are, we want to find out, that is number of particles in x grams. Suppose some grams of metal is given and you are supposed to find out the number of particles in those x grams of metal. We know that where this molar mass denoted by capital M, it contains Na particles, that is Avogadro's number. It contains Na particles. So therefore here x gram of metal contains x gram of metal contains, so you can cross multiply x into capital M, x into not capital M, x into Na. Here it should be Na because you are cross multiplying this x into Na divided by capital M. Okay, now substitute the value for this M here. This is Na, this is not M, this is Na, that is Avogadro's number. Now substituting the value for this M. Now M equals to, you know that, this rho into A cube into Na divided by N. We know this thing. Now number of particles in x gram, that will be equal to x into Na divided by rho A cube Na divided by N. Okay, now cancel out this Na. Okay, now you can write the same thing as x into N. This x, it would be multiplied by N divided by rho A cube. Isn't it? So number of particles can be calculated by using this equation, x grams of metal into number of particles divided by density into volume. So this is the next equation we got here. So all these things will be needed by solving the problems based on this. Now the next, if I insert one more slide here, the next you can write number of particles, number of unit cells in x gram of metal. We first found out the particles in x grams. Now we are supposed to find out number of unit cell in x gram of metal. So that will give you where this n particles equals to 1 unit cell. Suppose, depending on the type of unit cell. So now this x into n divided by rho A cube. What is this? This just now we did this thing. That is the number of particles in x gram of metal. X gram, that is equal to x into n divided by rho A. Okay. So now we are finding out number of unit cell in X gram of metal. So first we'll have to go for the number of particles. Isn't it? So number of particles will be equal to how many unit cells here. So that will give you, if you cross multiply this X into N divided by rho into A cube into 1 by N. Isn't it? Now cancel out this N and N. Therefore, number of unit cells. First we found out particles. Now we are coming to find out number of unit cells. So number of unit cell in X gram of metal, that will give you X divided by here X divided by rho A cube, because we cancelled out this N here. So X divided by rho A cube. So this is the equation that is useful for finding out the number of unit cell here. Now where this X upon rho, that is nothing but the volume of unit cell. This is volume of unit cell, which is denoted by V, isn't it? So the number of unit cell in volume V of metal, that will be equal to V upon A cube, where this is the volume of metal, isn't it? And this is nothing but volume of units. In this way, you are able to solve different problems based on the equation that we derived just now. Thank you.